The third is inside the setting you can switch on, switch off the location. So the location related stuff is the full take care by the SDK on every level. And as per the new Apple guidelines, I want to mention, as per the new guidelines, if you are using your application along with the location stuff, and the primary use of your location requirement is not for the usage like navigation application, only for advertising you are sending to server, your app will be rejected. So this is a guideline from the Apple. If your application is primarily using location for the functionality purpose, secondary you can use it for advertising. So these are the stuff. I think I have done. Thank you. Was there any question answer if you have?
Probably So what changes in the app world, to answer your question, is in the mobile app world, the website is the publisher, but in the app world, the game developer or whatever app developer becomes the publisher. And the revenue share, I mean, that would probably be the next question. What is the revenue share? 60% we give to the developer, and the rest we keep. And again, that's negotiable based on volumes and the kind of application, so on and so forth. It's not a hard number, but yeah, it can improve.
So you serve the ad on CPC or CPA, and on the analytics front, like if there are any e-commerce advertisers for you, like would you be able to track e-commerce revenue and use the proper ROI figures?
Yes, track the actions of a user, like right from the beginning when the ad was served, it been seen by the user to a click, to going to a landing page, and then actually doing the conversion. We can actually track that whole thing by the help of cookies and some other techniques that we use, and then link back and tell you that these were the different figures. Actually, if you look at the case studies that we showed, that was exactly the way we actually tracked each of these. So I can tell you directly what was the ROI on each of these things.
Yeah, exactly. I watched those figures, and that's the reason I specified if it's the m-commerce, because the ones that you showed there are more of an action-oriented thing like downloads and page views, right? But my question was more specific for m-commerce. If you can track the revenue figures, say if I'm using a traditional analytics platform like Omniture or Google Analytics or something, I can exactly say what was the value of the transaction, what is the total amount spent on the advertisement, and all these figures, right? So that is exactly what I was interested in.
Right. So yeah, I mean, so it would require some kind of embedding into the publisher, whoever wants to track it. Like he will have some code that does callbacks and notifies when some action happens, or whenever it goes to a landing page, we have to get a callback. So there is some amount of integration required, but we can still do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we have a beacon, and we have a beacon that fires whenever any user-specific action happens. That captures.
For iPhone, iPad, and Android is also coming. J2 is in the lineup. So the first like Android and OS.
So and what's the reason that we use in mode?
One of the reasons is, I'll answer your question per se. In certain geographies, we are extremely strong. For example, in developing markets, we have better publishers where you can actually monetize your content better. I noted some of them in the slide, like South Africa, Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, Singapore, and the bunch of countries that we are strong in. So that is one reason. The other reason is targeting, and also I think our analytics solution also, I believe, is better, and you can actually check it out, but I will probably take this offline and chat after this.
iPhone. So platform has very good reach in the US.
Right.
So that's where more iPhone users are there.
Right.
So but I don't see that the company is very strong in US. So
I I mean, you can see it in a slide deck. The reach, it's not as high as some of these countries, but we are going very fast. Actually, the reason for that is we were actually concentrating on emerging markets initially, but we have actually set up offices there, and our inventory is actually getting better more and more there. So yeah, in the coming months, maybe we will see more and more better reach in the US and EU markets both.
One more question. AdMob is very strong in US. Okay. So is there a chance that I can use AdMob for US market and so your company for Singapore and other markets?
See, in our targeting, when you pick up the advertising, I want to go for these handsets, these area, location, and these type of user. They all are like demographic information based. You can divide them. You can select all the solution. So you can do both without any issue.
You can actually split across geographies. Use us in one geography and use them in another geography.
And one more thing I want to say. So the based why like you should go for the NGOP and rather than other. The thing is we are the global ad network currently. So that is the reason whenever you develop an application, it go worldwide. It is not any specific reason. So when it go worldwide, you require an ad network that fulfill your ad request in that region. So that is the reason.
Is there any support for ad videos which I can like pre-roll in front of like before playing my original media content in the player?
Sorry, I didn't get
Ad videos.
Okay.
You just discussed about the static ad banners.
So see inside the application.
I have my original media content that I will be playing.
Okay.
So is there any support available in the framework which will play a pre-roll ad video just before playing my media content?
So see, that thing we are coming with that. That is rich media things. That is the online current SDK. What is the beta for iPad on this stuff? We don't have. That is coming.
Yeah. To add to what Sandeep has said, we don't have that right now, but that is the model that we're looking. Pre-roll ads we can play, but I mean there are other questions around it. Pre-roll and post-roll. Pre-roll generally works well because the user wants to actually look at the video. But that can also lead to there's an irritation factor associated with it. Like the user, I mean, if he sees that it's a pre-roll video, he can actually abandon your content. So maybe that is one way of looking at it. Other way of looking at it probably could be something like what YouTube does. You can have overlays. Maybe that's an effective form. So we're still investigating in that space, like what works best, and then probably we'll have it integrated in our SDK. To come and talk to us, we will be right outside. If you're an app developer, we are very interested in talking to you, and you can get in touch with me and Sandeep after this session. Thanks a lot.
I'd like to call upon Vadirash from Mindtree to share an anecdote on behalf of Momo Bangalore. Well, I think you had a lunch. Thank you. So, gaming is passion for majority of us, and we play wherever we are, maybe during the lunch break, tea break, or during boarding meetings, or waiting at the stations, wherever we are. And games have been evolving over a period of time. Games are getting interesting, challenging, entertainment. It also quizzes us with, for example, Sudoku keeps you occupied. We have next great speaker, Mukul Joshi, who is the director and CEO of Spartan Software, who is going to talk upon the casual gaming. Mukul has founded this company in January 2008 with a vision to build innovative products and services, business for the global markets, to capitalize on his product design and engineering experience. While focusing on Spartan mobile gaming products and strategy, he actively leads Mobile Technology Services Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome me, Mukul Joshi, for the next talk on casual games.
And this is the roadmap of the talk. So first we are going to discuss, why I have this topic here in a mobile developers conference. Maybe we all know the reason, but we'll just recap. Then we'll have a few glimpses of mobile game world. I'm going to spend some time on, talking about what you should do before you begin the game development on mobile. I'm going to then cover some aspects, some issues, and some best practices to be used for mobile game development. If time permits, I'm going to talk about commercialization and the road ahead, and we'll have a Q&A session following this talk. So, why the topic? So, what are the casual games really? Why this topic in the DevCon? And what do analysts say? The third point is very important. I have been told that in your talk, in any conference, if you don't quote what analysts say, you don't get an attention. So let's see what Gartner guys say, let's see what the other analysts say, okay? Just to grab the attention, because that's what matters. So, what makes a game a casual game? Let's first talk about that. The topic of this talk is casual games on mobile. So here is a pop-up quiz. Okay. The quiz question is identify who is a casual gamer and who is a hardcore gamer. Anybody? From the left, hardcore. Oh, great. So you already know what casual games are all about. Okay. So